What is going on, my fellow homies, my fellow home sickles? It's me, Alex, back at it again with another Stromboli classic. And I know what you're thinking. Alex, it's been like 3 years. Alex, it's been about like 2 or 3 years. Where have you been? I'm so old and wrinkly now. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm not really that sorry. I just didn't feel like making these anymore. But I recently went back and rewatched one of my old ones. I was like, hey, these are pretty entertaining. You know, I like listening to myself just yap about stuff. I think I should do that more often. I think I should start doing that again. And so I put all this together. You like my new room? It's a lot more detailed than the last one. And look, the dog. I don't know if you noticed, the dog is moving because he's sleeping. He's breathing. And the bird thingy, it's not a bird, the moth creature, it's blinking. Pretty cool, I think. And yeah. I'm also currently working on making some background music for this thing. And it's going pretty good. I'm making some pretty cool stuff. But it's also I'm trying to find that line where it's not too funky. And it's a lot harder to find that line than I thought it'd be. Because I keep on trying to lay down something I need to make something really boring, and that's what's hard, because I don't like making stuff that's boring, because then I feel like it's bad, and I guess it kind of has to be a little bit bad so that you don't get distracted by it. But you know, I'm working on it. I will have my own Stromboli home crafted background music soon enough. You just wait. In other news, I don't know if you follow my Instagram, you've seen this. You better be following my Instagram. I'm just kidding. I don't care. Get off Instagram. It's bad for you. I made a new book. I made a book, and it's the first book I've ever written, and it kind of reads like that. I've still got a bit left to learn, but the entire point of that book was I wanted to write and edit and do everything just all by myself with no help from anyone, just so that I can see what I do. What I can do. And from now on, I'm going to be getting peer review from my friends and stuff like that. And so everything I write from now on will be a lot better than that. But I think for a first book, it's not too bad. If you're going to read it, which again, no pressure, I'm not expecting anyone to read it. But if you do, disclaimer, something that I should have included in the very beginning, the book does take place on a different planet. It's not that important of a detail, but someone pointed out to me that when you're reading it, it's kind of weird, because it's Korean looked up at the moons, and it's moons, there's multiple? Is that significant to the story? Is that some kind of metaphorical imagery? No, it's just they're on a different planet, and this other planet has a lot of moons. Anyways, I'm sure you're wondering about what I'm drawing here. And if you're not, then, I'm going to tell you anyways. Not you really have a say here. But that's my character, Green Hood. He does take, his character is starting to actually become a character. I know I've drawn him once before. You should go watch that speed art, because I think I talk in that one too. Just kind of a cool little comparison of where I was then versus where I am now. But he is a character that's in the same universe as the characters in my book, and the code name that I have going for that universe right now, it's pretty bad. It's Beans. It's been like that for 2 years, and I really need to find a better code name for it. But Beans is just it's one of those things where it's a pretty bad name, but I've been using it for so long that I can't imagine it with any other name. But yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic sci-fi type story that, like I said earlier, takes place on a different planet. And I've really been in the writing trenches recently, just working on it. And I'm not gonna go and make some bold promise I'm gonna have an animated series and a webcomic coming soon and whatever, because I know how those kinds of things typically go. But my plan right now is I'm gonna be writing a series of books for the universe, because like the end product that I want to have one day is, well, I don't actually know what I want the end product to be, but I think I want to have something a little bit more visual than books one day. But I want to have the story be like really good and refined. So the way that I think to go about that is to do it in writing. And I figure it's a lot more fun to have like books that I've written than just like write in a Google Doc, like a planning doc, you know. So yeah, so that's what I've got going on. It was good to see you, and I'll see you later. Bye.